What's up, guys? Welcome to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at me and my dad's Lego MOC tavern MOC from The Simpsons. So I have my dad here with me.
Hey everyone.
And so he built the exterior and I built the interior in here. So I think he's just going to start talking about how he built the exterior.
So once we decided that we were going to look at doing MOCs, I actually started off with the sign for the lettering, and I thought that was going to be the key thing that was going to dictate how big the building was going to be. The E was the trickiest letter. I mean, all the letters for MOCs are pretty easy, but with the E, to have the spacing, it either needed to be 5 studs or 4 studs high. I tried 5 studs, and it made the scale look all wrong. The building was going to have to be too big, so we went for 4 studs. Just used a jumper plate to be able to get that middle bar in the E, and once we had the E, that really dictated everything else. Some angle tiles for the M, so a little bit of a cheat on that letter. But once I had MOC's sign, then that gave me the scale for the rest of the building, and the next thing I actually worked on was all the purple timber framing that's in behind the sign. Looks quite simple, actually took a lot of rebuilds, probably at least half a dozen times that I tried putting it together. Couldn't get the angles right for all the, there's basically 3 W patterns for the timber that are in behind there. Those bits are purple 3x1 or 4x1s, just snotted into the wall and then turning them to create the angles. So they are at the back. Then you actually have to use the top and bottom layers go on top of the ends of them, and then the sign comes out on the next layer from there. So really had to fiddle around with that for a ridiculous amount of time to make it all fit together and work. And then we had the top of the building. Started on the on just building up from the base from there. Basically the exterior wall, pretty plain standard wall with a little bit of brickwork just to give it some features and detail. And the windows were really the only other thing that is a bit of a different feature. And there we just used a lattice fence piece with some trans red and green studded in to give that bar window look, and also purple framing around the outside. So we used a heap of purple tiles on this build, just a massive amount. That basically covered the front of the building. The other thing that's a little bit different about it is, of course, the top of the building. Some unique features up there. The skylights. Just using some empty window pieces there and putting them on an angle to create that. We've taken the front of the building off here. That was once we put an interior inside it, so we wanted people to be able to see inside. And the other unique feature is we've got this little outhouse at the back, and quite a lot of fun to build that one. Just a little toilet in there, but as you can see, we didn't skimp. Tiled it all up nicely on the bottom of the floor. Built this little shed around it, and there is actually a ladder that comes up from the interior of the building to this outhouse on the outside. Little bit of a few rats around just to fit in with that seedy, grimy nature of MOC's tavern, and that is the exterior.
Well, you said you didn't skimp on this. You've even got a little brick in there to represent the piping. So, as for the interior, I'll try and get the camera down here. I'll focus on these bays first. So, in these bays, this is what gave me the idea to do the whole interior of MOCs. So, basically I started off with these curve art arch pieces. Let's just pop the roof off. Get a bit better access. So yes, I started off with these arches here, which are Lego's, standard arch pieces. And there's one layer of those on the bottom for where people sit. Then there's 2 brick layers on top with people plates going around to represent cushions. Then of course I've got the red tables in there. There's 2 bays, that's all I could fit in there. Then I've got the music machine here. And so that's pretty simple to build, but I just did some yellow pieces here to represent a kind of a pattern at the bottom. Got some dials and things here for the volume and we want to play and whatnot. Then in here, I've got these slopes. Originally I was trying out some ideas with 2x4 windscreen or windshield pieces, but I thought that was kind of quite bland, that a lot of people would do that, so I wanted to do something else, and I think this still looks pretty good. And then I've also got the wooden panelling in here. I think that adds quite a lot to it, but it's really simple to do. It's just snot bricks and then 4x1 brown tiles for the panelling. Over here we have the pool table. I'll focus on it. And the camera doesn't want to focus. Okay. Sorry guys, the camera is just not focusing. There we are. It's a really old camera. So, I've got the pool table here. So I think my next video up on the channel is going to be a review of that and a tutorial on that. So not really want to go into much detail, but look out for that video, which will hopefully be up in a couple of days. Then over here, I have the counter. We've got the red phone with it Bart always calls Mo, makes fun of him. Some bar taps, some stools, some bit of gold detailing around here. The camera's gone out of focus again. There we are. We've got the jar of deadly poisonous pickled eggs in there, as well as down here we've just got the live testing machine. Really quick little build that I did, but I think it's quite effective. Then back here we've got the shelf with all the different bottles and things of whatever Mo's serving. Probably some Duff beer in there. Then the mirror in here is actually it's from one of the Lego Batman Joker sets, and then I had like a Joker mouth on it, so I turned it around the other way, and then I've attached it in with some, they're tiles, but then they have like a bit coming out the side, like a bracket looking type piece. I'm not really sure how to describe them, but that's what's holding that in there. And then I'll turn the MOC around to show you guys the other side of how those brackets work. So it's these pieces here, and then I've got them on either side. It's going upside down, that just hooks it on there. So this doesn't look like the best type of piece to be on the outside, but it's Mo, so it doesn't need to look all fancy and flash. Yeah, and there is some working lighting in here. I'll get my back here. So yeah, I'll flick that on. It doesn't do much, but I just thought it was a nice extra feature to add, that lighting. And then I have got some detailing out the back. I'm not really sure if I'm able to show. that. We turn the MOC here. I better show it a bit better. Look down the side without damaging the whole camera setup. Focus down there. So I've got a hot water cylinder right in the corner here. Heaps of stuff on the walls. There's detail around the hot water cylinder. I've got Mo's bed in there, which I tried to make look all tanned and worn out. I've also got some illegal brewing going on in here. Focus. Put a spider up on the wall. And then I've also got some wiring and things on the wall here for the lights. I tried to hide them and then I figured out, well, it's Mo's, it's going to be wiring stuff on the walls. Anyway, so may as well not hide it. So turn the MOC back around to the front. Ugh. Okay, so as you guys can see, I did take the roof off for that show you guys the interior, because it does let in a lot more natural light. So yeah, this is what it looks like with the roof taken off. And I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that notifications bell so you don't miss my future uploads. Also, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time, bye guys!